With space tourism officially taking flight, billionaire Amazon and Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos wants you to get to work at an outer world office space his company calls Orbital Reef.
Think of it as a village. Think of it as many different organizations and people in their own parts of Orbital Reef doing their own activities.
Blue Origin this week announced plans to develop and operate the space station and has partnered the company with Boeing, among others. The station is expected operational by the second half of this decade. But before that happens, and if things continue going according to plan, NASA will deploy its Space Launch System, the SLS, for its next generation of deep space missions. Here, the U.S. Space Agency stacks its fully assembled rocket and spacecraft it plans to use for operations that include trips to and around the Moon. It's part of NASA's Artemis program, and the agency plans to launch an uncrewed round-trip mission to the Moon in early 2022 with a goal of putting the first woman and next man on the Moon by 2024. In other news, the astronauts of SpaceX Crew 3 arriving here at Kennedy Space Center in Florida are making final preparations for a launch scheduled on October 31st, Halloween. The launch would mark the American space tech company's fourth trip carrying NASA astronauts and its fifth overall. But a potential setback threatened the mission with news of faulty plumbing. SpaceX's Inspiration 4 mission, or its passengers rather, suffered a leaky toilet that Space.com reports has since been resolved. Liftoff is set for early Sunday. Finally this week, the sun may be the best friend of solar power, but it seems the sworn enemy of modern technology. Researchers at this lab in England study how solar radiation in space impacts digital electronics on Earth by blasting them with neutrons to simulate solar flares and their impact on technology.
A neutron comes down, hits that memory, hits a bit of silicon in that memory state and turns a 0 into a 1 or a 1 into a 0. Everything in our digital world is stored by 1s and 0s, so we clearly don't want them changing.
Experts say radiation spikes and the flipping of 1s and 0s happen almost every year. This is an inconvenience for consumer electronics, but also dangerously threatens autonomous cars and their ability to see and navigate the world around them. Arash Arabasadi, VOA News.